Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And today we are playing a game of the Rome Fall of the Empire Historical Board Gaming Edition, made by your friend. Where'd he go? There he is, Johnny Galvez. So Johnny, hats off to you. This is just a magnificent game. I love this game. I just got it a little while ago. And going through it, and the thing I really like about it is the accessibility of it. It is very simple, but it's the overall game mechanic that makes it very interesting. I'll get into that in a second. There are up to 6 players, but it's really built for 3. You can play it with 2 seamlessly, and that works just fine. But it was designed as a 3-player game. And of course, I'm one person, so I'm only 1/3 good at this, but we're going to give it a whirl. But as with all things with historical board gaming, you get yourself a good quality, I don't even know what this stuff is called, it's like a plastic paper. So that's kind of the title card. And then on the back of it, of course, you have the game setup, and that's it right there. That's the game setup. So easy peasy. Really nice right there. And here's the rule book, and the rule book is here. Nice glossy finish, and it is a whopping 8 pages long, and page 8 is blank. So, and 6 and 7 are on strategy. There's some optional rules here. They've got an image of the chart for everything's movement and cost, which is also nicely placed on the actual map. So that's really nice. But this is the thing that makes the game so compelling, are these victory conditions. So essentially, well, we'll start with the teams, I suppose. You got the Romans. That's the Eastern and Western Roman Empires. The Western Roman Empire, the big red one here. The Eastern Roman Empire is the purple. And all of these 3D printed sculpts from HBG are just gorgeous. I just love these things. They look so cool. And the infantry, the legionnaires, actually have 2 different sculpts. So I got them both out here. And one with the big tower shield and one with the round shield. I wish I knew the technical names for all these, but I don't. And they are joined by catapults, which is really great. And of course, you got your cavalry. And there's a couple different types of cavalry. So you see this guy here. He's got a sword, but then you've also got some other guys up here. They all serve the same function, but they are really nice to have that diversity in there. But also, Mr. Galvez tells me that there's an expansion coming where these different types of infantry and possibly the cavalry are all going to have different roles. So you don't need to buy a new game. You have everything that you need right off the bat. So, we'll go back to the teams. So the Eastern and the Western Roman Empires are here. And then we have the kingdoms. And the kingdoms are made up of these blue guys up here. Those are the Franks. Okay, and the Franks are joined by the Goths. And the Goths are joined across here by the Sassanids. Now, while they did not have a lot in common, they certainly had a common enemy, and that is the Roman Empire. But shadowing them, all coming out of the steppes of Asia, mysteriously charging across and destroying all in their path, of course, are the Huns. So the Huns are their own group as well. That's why it's a 3-player game. You've got the Roman Empire, West and East. You've got the 3 kingdoms, and then you've got the Huns. And here are the victory conditions. I'm not going to read them all. You can pause it there, but you can essentially see that it's a land grab. You're trying to grab certain bits of land. And the thing I want to show you is victory conditions are calculated at the end of a round of play. After the Hun player has finished their turn, in case of a tie, play continues until one person has the victory conditions met. So it's meant to be a quick game, a real beer and pretzels kind of a game. I'm having a blizzard because I just umped 2 ball games and it was fun, but I get to treat myself. And being a beer and pretzels game, 2 hours is kind of what they're looking at as the time frame. Now, I've been speaking with Sky Marshall as well, who's played some of these, and he says sometimes they're over really quickly, like on the 2nd or 3rd round, you can set it up and go again. So if you're looking for something quick to put on the table and really thematically strong, this is the one for you. I love this. So much fun. So I'm going to play just a solo game here, and we're just on round 1. We're going to get things going, and we're going to have some fun here. So, I put this guy out here. This is a general, actually. And generals are awesome because when you attack, every infantry in the battle goes up 1. So from attacking from a 1 to a 2. So these bad boys are really worth their weight in gold. And they are, they cost a lot, as you can see here, right? But when you can bump up, maybe you've got 10 infantry in there. Boom, there you go. All right, so we are going to play, and let's see if the Roman Empire can survive long enough to snipe some territory. They want to get 1 territory from them, 1 territory from them, and 1 territory from them by the end of a turn. That's it. All the Huns are looking to do is take 2 Roman Empire territories. And then everybody else is looking to take some Roman territory, specific Roman territory. So the Franks are basically trying to take Gaul. The Huns here are trying to take the Balkans. And the Sassanids are trying to take present-day Turkey. All right, there's the rundown. Here we go. Round 1 coming up. Will the Romans fight, fight, fight? Okay, round 2 about to begin. And the horde from the east is certainly hoarding. Doing their bit to ravage the countryside. I played this one a little bit cautiously, I think, with the other nations. So the Sassanids built up. We did go into here and knowing that we'd be attacked, but didn't get any hits in return. And kind of coagulated a bunch of stuff here in Armenia. But right off the bat here, they are really, really getting pressed. But again, the Huns don't want to, on their meager $5 salary. I mean, they made 11 this last turn, but it's a pretty meager amount to try to get 2 of the Eastern Empire and 2 of the Western Empire. There's a lot of bodies to go through to get to that point, and they're enemies with everybody. Right? They're not. Just because they're against Rome like everybody else is, it doesn't mean that the Franks are going to give them safe passage. So, you got to kind of husband your resources here, because one good attack can really upset the apple cart, as it were. But the Sassanids did stay home. The Eastern Roman Empire did venture out to take Arabia, but that's it. A couple of guys came from Egyptus here to Palestina and what would become Jordan. And we also transported on the boat a couple of guys up here into Syria just to bulk that up. And that is some worrisome tidings for the Sassanids. But again, this is one of those games now, as you start playing it, you realize you just can't, I'll just attack. Because if you get weakened badly, somebody else, Huns, I'm looking at you, are going to come in and, chomp chomp. So you do have to be somewhat careful in what you do. You just can't go all hair on fire, especially if you're the Romans, because you don't want to leave gaps. Speaking of gaps, the Franks took advantage here. The Romans actually backed out of these areas. They only had 1 legionary in each spot. So we backed them out and thought we'd bring guys back here. We built ourselves a general, as you can see, and we'll venture forth when the odds are a bit more in their favor, which they should be at the end of this turn. The Goths are having a little bit of a tough time of it already, because they do have to protect Dacia from the Eastern Roman Empire. But they also got the Huns bearing down on them. So the Goths are not in a good spot, kind of betwixt and between. And of course the knight down here, the cavalry down here, I've been playing a lot of chess recently. The cavalry down here are just trying to gobble up some easy points here in Africa. Now, again, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I don't know if it's better to just put this guy on the boat and get him up into Europe proper, or to be farting around taking these easy ones. But fart around he did, and we shall see if that's a good idea. Similar with Buddy up here in the north, and was that a good idea? We also have a Frank boat here. I was really thinking about going after that, because if you can destroy that, right, now you can land guys there, and now you're a threat to just come around and start sniping stuff. So that'll force the Romans to start building triremes, which they really don't want to do if they don't have to. And I'm assuming they really don't want to spend money on the water when the real threat is in land and horses. All right, so round 2 coming up. See if we can push back a little bit on the Franks. There's a lot of guys in there, though. 20, what do they got? 25 infantry, 23 infantry, and 3 horsey horses. All right, and they'll probably be buying a general this turn and really put those 2 stacks of red chips together. That'll give them a bunch. Could be deadly. Round 3 is about to begin, and the Sassanids are in some trouble here. I'm here to tell you. Most of the trouble has been caused by the fact that they have decided to coagulate all their forces really into Armenia and a little bit into Media here, but they just want to remain relevant. They got 6 cavalry and 8 infantry in Armenia. So nothing to be trifled with, but as you can see, the Huns have decided to sneak in through into Cappadocia, and they now have a full 14 cavalry divisions ready to go. So that's a problem. That is a problem. And so this little, what do you want to call it? Eastern Roman Empire Expeditionary Force, EREF, may have to head back and deal with this. They don't quite have the numbers to do it, but they can certainly put a real dampener on it. And there are 3 cavalry divisions here that could join in, so that would give them good numbers, about half the numbers of cavalry, and a good number of infantry, plus there's a general hiding in there, and a catapult. Catapult allows you to re-roll 1 unit's die roll each round, so that's kind of fun. Up here, the Goths, kind of hard pressed. You can see that the Western Roman Empire came in first. They were able to take whatever that is. And, whoops, sorry, I bumped my finger. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, and then the Eastern Roman Empire decided to add a couple more guys, or else I think I probably would have gone in there with the Hun or the Goths. But the Huns on the border here, I was going to come in, but then I thought next turn they're all going to die, and yeah, so this is a very intriguing game. Very intriguing. I think you're just looking for that one mistake that somebody makes, and you can really exploit it for a time, anyway. The Franks have been pushed back by the Western Roman Empire and decided not to sojourn out any further, and they are really just trying not to get into any trouble here. There was actually a thought on my part to send the Huns through the north to get to the Western Roman Empire, but I don't know the Franks would really have stood for that. And again, Huns are going to be a long way away and covering so much territory. They don't have a huge economy. They made 14 last round. So, and although that will go up, it's also likely going to cost them, right? They're probably going to lose $6 worth of infantry here, and they may lose 30, maybe $40 worth of cavalry there. So as fun as this is, it's not sustainable for them. And that's pretty much where we stand right now. The Romans have built up a big force here in Germania Superior, and they will be likely taking a poke at one of these stacks of 6 with some other auxiliary help, and just to try to whittle them down, as the general will allow them to increase their attack. And there you go. That is where we're at right now. Here's the economies. The Sassanids are down to 6. And the Goths are at 7. And the Franks are at 11. Huns are at 14. The Roman empires are actually doing pretty well. But you can see that they're very exposed. If anybody gets into the rear here, it's going to be a problem. All right, round 3 coming up. Oh, and something I was going to mention about this here at the end of round 2, the Romans are actually 1 territory away from getting their victory. So all they need to do is take and hold a Frankish territory and then pour some stuff into here and try to hold that. Although, we can build some stuff in there too. And these guys here as well. But with all this stuff around, that'd be throwing all our eggs into one basket. So, as tempting as it is, I just don't know if that's going to work. But I'll take a look at it after I have done my attacks and see if there is something that can be done. Okay, we have reached a very interesting moment in the game. So, the Franks have had their turn and they've placed their meager build. But you can see they were able to kind of sneak around because the Romans went full into here. And there's a lot of guys in here. Just a powerhouse. I hope it's not led by Valens. I mean, if you know, you know. So that's 6, that's 18. That's 20 infantry, a catapult, 2 horses, and a general. Okay, so that's, that's tough nut to crack, especially... because the Franks don't have a lot to go against it. So what I did was I put as many Franks as could make it into Germania Superior, which is not enough to survive this, but we'll see. But the Franks only need these 3 territories. If they can take these 3 and hold on to these 2 at the end of their turn, that's their winning conditions. But they've had their turn. They're done. So we turn our attention over here to the Goths. Now the Goths are not in a good spot to win this game. They've gotten beat up pretty badly, and they are shrinking. But they have a chance to play spoiler here, because as you can see, the Roman Empire is still here. So Rome has one territory here, and they also have 2 territories here in the Sassanid area. So that means that should the turn end like this, the Romans would win. Now, the Huns are up here, and they have got 12 horses. 7 horses, and they have another one here, 8, because they can move 2 and they can attack twice. Okay, so they can move an attack and move an attack. So they could possibly come and fight whatever's left if the Goths are willing to attack. Because if the Goths don't attack, I think that's probably it for the game. Because there's just no way that the Huns could take out that Roman stack there. And over here, we saw this large stack before. And what the Eastern Roman Empire has done is tried to get a little bit of distance. Not enough, of course, because they can move 1 and attack and move again and attack. But we were able to build... wait a second. I can't build there. I built 10 infantry there, and they can't build there. But they can build here. That's even more interesting now. Because you can only build in a place that you have held since the beginning of the turn. So... good thing I remembered that. So what we have is likely the the Goths are going to have to attack here into that place I couldn't pronounce. And then the Huns will follow it up with 8 cavalry, hoping to finish off what's left. So if that doesn't work, then the only hope that the Huns have is to take this big stack into here and then into here and bring this guy as well. because he can go 1, 2, attack with these guys into there, hopefully win, and then come through if he's still alive. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to play it out for you right here. Got the battle board nice and close. So we'll set this up so you can see the battle board. My tripod is wanting to fall over, so I just want to make sure. I think that looks pretty. Oh, tripod's wanting to fall over. I tell you. These tripods. All right. So there we go. So we are going to roll this out, see how it goes. So we've got 2 Roman catapults defending. We've got a bajillion infantry defending. And I looked in the rulebook to make sure that, you know, while the Eastern Roman Empire are together, they are still, they don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But I wanted to make sure that they could hold on to the same territory, like they could coexist in a territory. And there's nothing in the rulebook I found that says that they cannot. So we are going to bring everybody that can make it into there. Now there is a general. That's why all the infantry for the attacker are going there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this. Okay. So I have gotten my dice ready. I'm going to be using my hit dice that you've seen on my channel many times. And another thing I really like about this game, is that the battle board is only 1s, 2s, and 3s. Really simple. And the only 2 things you need to know about are catapults let you re-roll. Any other units die 1 time. And the general boosts the attacker to 2 for all infantry. Really simple stuff. Okay, so here comes the attackers. So we have 6 cavalry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 infantry. All right, 6 cavalry, 12 infantry, and a general. So that's going to be 19 dice. Now that's a good roll. So we got 6 hits out of 12 on the first one. And we have 19 dice, so I'll roll 7 more. And 3 more. So 9 hits on the Romans. So there are 9 casualties. All right, so that's not too bad. 9 and 19 with 2s. That's pretty good rolling. But now the defenders. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 17. So we're going to roll 8. We'll 9, and then we'll do 8. That is only 3 hits on 9, and then the remainder 8. It's only 3 more. So that's 6 hits, and I'm going to re-roll the 2 dice thanks to the catapult. Ooh, no hits. So only 6 hits. Then the catapults get to roll at 3 and 1 hit. So 7 hits total on the attackers. That's 5. And we'll take off the 2 skulls. 6, 7. So the Roman Empire lost 9, and the Goths lost 7. Okay, so we'll just do a quick tally here. So we're sitting here, we got 5, we got 12 units here for the attacker, and we got 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, we have 15 for the defender, plus the rerolls. So definitely an edge with the defender, but hey, this is why we roll the dice. So we have 12 dice at 2. Oh boy, I'm going to show you that one. That does not bode well. Only 1 hit. Definitely needed more than 1 hit on that one. And yeah, that's not good. That's probably going to end the any serious attempt by the Goths. All right, So we have got, I think I had 13, but we'll just do it again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 13 at 2. Here's 12. So they got 4 hits. And one more is 5. And we're going to re-roll 2 of them. 6. So we got 6 hits. And then, 2 more hits. So 8 hits total. So that's going to be 5 and then 3 horses. So that means I can bring 2 chips back on for them. All right. So that's where it is. So only getting that 1 hit last turn sealed their fate. Now they've only got 4 dice. And this is an all or nothing thing. So they got 2 hits. So 2 hits, we'll just move those guys off. And coming back, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 hits, but the catapults are going to let 2 of these dice re-roll. Oh, they both missed. And 1 hit was all we needed, and we got it. So that's it for the Goths. Now you say, oh, the poor Goths are out of the game because they've only got 1 infantry left and whatnot. But they can still put on their build, because in this game you put your build on at the end of the turn. You do your purchases and you put them on at the end of the turn, I guess like most other games. But purchasing them at the end of your turn is really nice. And you can place them anywhere you have stuff. So, or in any territory that you've owned since the start of the round. So as we now look at the board, this is what it looks like. So the Romans likely aren't going anywhere from there. But now that this is all open, we can see that we have 8 knights or 8 cavalry that can come in. Again, not a strong attack, but better than nothing. So we'll see how that goes once we get to their turn. And the Sassanids here have to try to do something. Because if they don't do anything, and if these cavalry can't wrest control of Babylon, then that's a problem. And I just noticed something. I'm going to make a quick change here just because I didn't see that Syria and Babylon were connected. It's a solo game. I can do what I want. Okay, so that just stopped the horses from only fighting one guy and then coming in, because this would be the smarter play. All right, so we are going to pause. I'm going to do the Sassanids. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with them, and I'll come right back to you. All right, I'm just realizing how neat this game is, because right now the Sassanids can kind of play Kingmaker. Their chances of winning are very slim. Chances for the Goths to win, I'm going to say right now, are none. The Franks may win, and if the Franks win, then everybody here wins. Like the 3 kingdoms will win, even if they're pretty much out of the game. So that's kind of a thing you want to do. So, knowing that, the best play I have is to attack everybody I can. I have to attack here. No, you know what? I just have to attack. You know what? I should probably... Yeah, see, this is the thing. If Sassanids, let's say we attack here, and we get rid of this, we're going to be replacing it with more forces, which we probably don't want to do if we want the Huns to come in and take that out. Because if the Huns take that out, the Huns aren't going to win the game right now because they're nowhere near the Western Empire. And for them to get there is difficult. And that would give the Franks a chance. Although these big stack of Romans is going to probably cause grief. So, yeah, the best play they've got is to essentially try to weaken this territory right here. That's their best chance. And then I realized why I had built everything in here. I know it's probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you right now. If I built everything in there, these horses here are likely not going to attack because, well, they could lose, which is usually a problem. But also, the they would still have this one territory. So this is what everybody has to defeat. Whoops, they have to defeat both of these territories, and I don't think that is likely. So I think that's why I built it in there to start. So we could go around and take out that, go around in Syria, take out that, but then Assyria is still under Eastern Roman Empire, so the Romans would win. So as it stands right now, it's kind of looking like a Roman win, but hey, this is why we fight the battles. So I'm probably going to have the Sassanids attack here, and then I'll have them go through there, and we'll see how that goes. I am going to do up the battles right in front of you here, so you can watch and be amazed. And hopefully my thing doesn't fall over. All right. Okay, I'm just going to pause and set it up. Okay, so here we go. And last turn I had enough money to buy a general with the Sassanids, but I didn't. Boy, I tell you, the things you learn in your first game. I definitely should have bought one. Okay, well, the Sassanids are down to $4 next round. They've got 8 this round to buy, but we'll see how many infantry survive. So that is a nice thing. So this is every Sassanid unit on the board right now that actually exists. And yeah, they're just going for it. So I think they'll win it because they just got so many to get through before you can get into their cavalry at 2. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 12 infantry at 1. 1 hit. All right, 1 hit. Got there. And then they've got 6 cavalry at 2. 2 hits. That's a grand total of 3 hits. So I'll take that. Move them back. So we know that we've got 11 at 2. So 11 at 2 in defense. Ooh, that's a good roll. That's 5. 5. Well, let's clear off all these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got 3 on the Eastern Roman Empire. And you got 5, but you haven't really chopped into anything yet because they still got all this infantry. So this infantry is here. 3. So there's still 7 infantry. You see them there? 7 infantry and 6 cavalry. So 7 infantry. 1 hit again. Good for them. And 6 cavalry. 1 hit. Okay, so 2 hits. All right, so now we've got 8 at 2. 3 more hits. So get rid of the green one. Okay, so the Eastern Roman Empire is down to right around half strength now. They've gone from 11 down to 6. And the Sassanids are fast losing a lot of their infantry. But hey, oh, no hits that round. Only 1 hit that time. Only 1 hit. All right. So there we go. So there's 6. Only 1 hit for them as well. Well, Sassanids will do that trade all day long. So we're going to roll the 1s and 2s together. Oh, 2 at 1. Only one of the 2s hit, but 2 of the 1s hit. So that's 3 hits. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 1 hit. The writing's on the wall now. It's about the area of the world that the writing was on the wall, wasn't it? Over there in Syria. All right. kind of weird how I said that. 2 at 1. No hits. 1 hit. This is taking a while. 2 at 2. No hits. I'm going to start with the cavalry this time. Yeah, I got 1 more hit. Okay, and we'll see if the Eastern Roman Empire... No more hits. So, actually, the... Sassanids did okay here. They're going to take back 2 more bucks. They're up to 6. And now, this is the rub. Because now we actually have 6 horses that could do another attack. 6 cavalry could attack into there and likely die, but maybe chip away 2 or 3 more units. Don't know if they want to do that though, because as we know, there are 14 units coming in, and there are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, including a catapult. So, man, I love this. See, the reason I like games and the types of games I like are when you play the game, right? The game doesn't play you, right? So I've got this decision now as the Sassanids, because if I go in there and beat up the Babylonians, or the Eastern Roman Empire in Babylon a little bit, then maybe that would allow the Huns to come in and quote unquote save the day. But if they do that, if they go in and save the day, the next turn they'll go around and probably smash the Sassanids. Sassanids will be out of the game, and then nothing's stopping the Huns really from ripping across the map. Boy, oh boy, what a great game. Well, I'm going to think on that. I'm going to ponder, and I will get back to you. All right, I have pondered enough, and the Sassanids are going to take a chance. We're not going to attack, because this is my thinking. I think the Huns will win this fight that's coming. Well, they have to. If they don't, the game's over. But even if they win, they're probably going to be beat up pretty badly, and they'll be so weak that the Sassanids will then have a chance to kick them out of their own country, which is always a good thing. And I'm going to do this battle first, because if this fails, then the Huns have no choice but to send in these 8 cavalry to try to wrest control here away from the combined Roman empires. And if they don't, that's game. So we'll set it up and show you the fight. Well, they say that politics makes strange bedfellows, but I think war makes even stranger ones. So here we go. This is it, folks. And we're going to fight it out. We've got ourselves a all or nothing fight coming out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab 3 there and move a green chip out. All right. As you know, we have 14 cavalry and they're attacking. And there's a general, although he doesn't do anything on defense. We have 7 infantry, 3 cavalry, a general, and a catapult. So here goes. And they went through Syria and didn't take a hit. So they're good. All right, so we have 14 at 2. This really is for the game. Okay, we got 4 hits on the first 12. 1 more hit. So we got 5 hits on 12 dice at 2. So that's 3, 4, 5. All right. So now we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 11 at 2. They can match, they'll be in good shape. Well, they only got 3, but we're going to use our catapult to re-roll 1. And it remains at 3. So that's a green chip. And then we have the catapult at a 3 itself. And a hit. So that'll be 4. So not quite equal, but pretty darn close. All right, so they lost 4, which ostensibly would mean 3. So they're down to 10. That makes sense. All right. So 4 hits again. 1, 2. And it doesn't really matter right now. Yeah, there's no infantry down there. And if this is it, this is it. So we'll just get rid of the cavalry. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And this is 10. No, that was the attacker. Now the defender. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6. Sorry, folks, had a bit of a brain fart there. So 6 at 2. Ooh, 4 hits. And I'm going to re-roll one of them. Ah, missed. And the catapult gets a hit, so that's 5 hits. So that's 3, 4, 5. That's 5 hits. I'm going to bring 3 more chips back and get rid of the green one. All right, so what we have left now, it's looking good for the Huns, but not, great. You've got 5 at 2 versus 2 at 2 and 1 at 3. So 5 at 2, and they're looking for 3 hits. 1 hit. 1 hit. Yeah. General has more prestige. All right, 2 at 2. 1 hit, but I'm going to re-roll the 1. Oh, miss. I don't think the catapults worked yet. And another hit, so that's 2 hits. Well, folks, this is about as close as you're going to get here. So we got 3. 1 hit. Sorry, General. And the General rolls and gets a hit, so we don't need to re-roll the General. And the catapult rolls and gets a hit, so that's 2 hits. Okay, well, the odds just swung mightily in the favor of the defender here. So this could be the game. A miss by the cavalry and a hit by the catapult. So that is that. There we go. I'll show you the last 2 dice I rolled. So that means that this is what is left. All right, so as we look, the Eastern Roman Empire has 1. The Western Roman Empire has 2. And the Western Roman Empire has 3, and 1 in each of the kingdoms. They don't have to go and take anything from the Huns, thankfully. So that's it. That's the game. So that is 3 rounds of sheer terror and trying to figure out what is the best thing to do. So what a great game. I have no idea if my tactics were off, if I did something weird here. I got to tell you, in my heart, I was kind of going for the Roman Empire. I've studied a lot about it, and I like the Roman Empire. As bad as they were, they certainly did a lot of good things.
They bled us white, bastards. They've taken everything we had. And not just from us, from our fathers, and from our fathers' fathers.
And from our fathers' fathers' fathers.
Yeah.
And from our fathers' 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 fathers.
Yeah, all right, Stan, don't labour the point. And what have they ever given us in return?
The aqueduct?
What?
The aqueduct.
Oh, yeah, they did give us that. That's true, yeah.
And the sanitation.
Oh, yeah, the sanitation, Reg. Remember what the city used to be like?
Yeah, all right, I'll grant you, the aqueduct and sanitation are 2 things the Romans have done.
And the roads.
Well, yeah, obviously the roads. I mean, the roads go without saying, don't they? But apart from the sanitation, the aqueduct and the roads...
Irrigation. Medicine. Education.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
And the wine.
Yeah, that's something we'd really miss, Reg, if the Romans left.
Public baths.
And it's safe to walk in the streets at night now, Reg.
Yeah, they certainly know how to keep order. Let's face it, the only ones who could in a place like this.
All right, but apart from the sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a fresh water system and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Brought peace.
Oh, peace! Shut up!
When, when, conquering and killing whole tribes. But they sure brought the world together in a way nobody had ever done before. So, and then it all got torn apart. So, got to watch what you do. But Johnny Galvez, excellent job here on a great little beer and pretzels game. It's beautiful. Don't let the fact that it only took 3 rounds dissuade you at all from looking into this game. It's a great one. I really enjoyed it. All right, well, thanks so much for watching, folks. And as we always say here at the Hilltop Pillbox, hug your loved ones, thank your friends for playing, and may those dice be with you.